There is one thing almost nobody realizes. You never see reality the way it really is. Not now, not ever. Your brain always shows you the past. The delay is small, about 1/10 of a second, but it's always there. While light reaches your eyes, while the signal travels to your brain, while your brain builds the image, you live 0.1 seconds behind what you think is happening. And the strangest part is, your brain hides this from you. It fills in the gaps so you don't notice the delay. It predicts where the ball will be. It predicts where the car will turn. It predicts what a person will say. You're not looking at the world, you're looking at a prediction of the world. There is an experiment. A person wears glasses that flip the image upside down. For the first days, they can't walk properly. Everything feels wrong. And then, the brain flips the image back. The eyes still see upside down, but the person sees normally. The world didn't change. The interpretation did. There is another famous experiment. A person is asked to press a button whenever they decide to. At the same time, their brain is scanned, and something strange appears. The brain makes the decision fractions of a second before the person becomes aware of it. First, the brain decides, then it shows you the thought, as if you were the one who decided. So a question appears. Do you actually decide anything at all? And this is where it gets even stranger. A few years ago, in one laboratory, a similar experiment was done with more precise equipment, and in some rare cases, they noticed an anomaly. Sometimes the brain activity related to the decision appeared after the action. Just a little, a few milliseconds. But according to every theory, that's impossible. First, they said it was noise, then a measurement error, then a statistical glitch. But it kept happening, as if sometimes a person acts before they decide to act. The scientists didn't publish this as something sensational. In the reports, it was written as unexplained data spikes. But one graduate student noticed something. All of these cases happened when the person was very tired, or deep in thought, or in a state close to a trance, as if in those moments, the brain stops pretending that you are in control. Now, here is another fact. When you remember something, your brain does not open a file. It rebuilds the memory, and every time, it changes it a little. Your memory is not an archive, it is a rewritable story. You never remember an event as it really was. You remember the last version of it. Now put all of this together. You live with a delay, see predictions, not reality, don't make decisions the way you think you do, and constantly rewrite your past. So a scary question appears. Where is the you in all of this? And here comes a small, almost invisible strange detail. In 2023, officially, without big headlines, several labs working on brain-computer interfaces noticed something. In rare cases, the system predicted a person's choice better than the person themselves. Not guessed, actually knew, before the person became aware of the choice. Sometimes seconds before. At first, they explained it with statistics, then with tiny muscle movements, then with behavior patterns. But there was one case. One participant changed his decision at the last moment, on purpose, consciously, just to trick the system. And the system showed that choice before he made it. Very quietly, very unnoticed. The record was marked as a bug, but the researcher who saw it wrote in his private notes, "Sometimes it feels like we don't choose the future. Sometimes it feels like we just slowly arrive at it." And now, the main question. What if your consciousness is not the driver? What if it is just a commentator? You're not driving the movie. You're watching it with a delay of 0.1 seconds. And sometimes, you're given the feeling that you're holding the wheel, so it won't be scary.